So welcome back to TubeGuruji channel. Today we are going to develop this beautiful navigation bar using React and Tailwind CSS. So this is a fully responsive navigation bar, and if you see, it's a fully collapsible. And we also give it the help of Tailwind CSS. We give the animation for our menu, as well as if you see the icon, it's rotating. This kind of collapsible effect, and when we hover on this one, if you see the animation effect on that one as well. So watch this full video and you will learn everything from the scratch to develop this navigation bar. So let's get started. Now let's create a project. So type npx create react app and the application name. So in this case, sidebar. Okay, and get right new bar. Okay, so this is a command to create the React application. So it will take few seconds to create all the files. It install all the dependencies and everything. Okay, so our project is created. So in order to go into the project, just type cd and the project name and open in a VS Code. So once it is in VS Code, make sure the project is running. So go to the terminal, open the terminal and just type a command npm start. So it will build the application. So already one of my applications is running on that port, so I will say use different port, and my application is running on 3001. Okay, so if you see, I am getting this logo. So if you go to the source folder in app.js, so whatever code is written in this file, it's showing on the screen. So I will remove this code, I don't need it, and I will save it, and let's see. So nothing is displayed on the screen. Now we have to install the Tailwind CSS. So just type Tailwind CSS React. Okay, and the first link you have to open it saying install Tailwind CSS with the create React app. But we already created the React application, so we just need to install this Tailwind CSS package. So in your VS Code terminal, just paste this command, then go back and use another command. So it will create a Tailwind CSS.config.js file. So execute that command as well. Then if you see, once the Tailwind .config.js file is created by running this command, you have to copy this all the code and paste it in tailwind.config.js file. So if you see right on the left hand side, this is the file, and you have to replace this code with the code which you copied. Then again go back and you have to add this line, 3 lines of code in index.css file. So if you go here and index.css, I will add this at the top. Okay. And the last, we have to run this project again. Okay, and make sure, in order to check whether the Tailwind CSS is installed or not, I will try to add this line of code. Okay, and I will save it. Now if you go back here, if you see our code, the Tailwind CSS is not actually effect, because we have to stop the server and we have to run it again. Oops, sorry. So you can npm run start, or you can do npm start. Okay, both will work. And let's say yes, and this will load the server, and this is the URL localhost:3001. Okay, and if you see, now we are getting hello world with the underline. Okay, so if you see where this text, the font is bold and the underline text. Okay, perfect. So our Tailwind CSS is working now, and we are successfully able to create the React app and install the Tailwind CSS, and we successfully run the application. Perfect. Now I will remove this code, and I will create one component here called, or I will create one file first, name it as a component, and inside that name it, let's component. Okay, and inside that I will create a one file called sidebar nav.js. Okay, and with the help of the extension, the RFC, the auto template will be generated. If you don't know how to install this extension for VS Code, you can watch my previous React tutorials, and everything is explained in that video. Okay. Now once you add this template, make sure you will add in this section as well. Oops. So sidebar name, and save everything, and you see we are getting. Now we will remove this class name, we don't need it, right? And if you see, it's getting like this. So what we want, on the left hand side we want the site navigation, on the right hand side we will show all the content. So we have to divide the screen into two parts, correct? So first of all, go to site navigation bar. Okay, remove this text, and we'll give the class name, and which is of flex. So in Tailwind CSS, you don't need to write the CSS property or like display colon flex, right? With the help of Tailwind CSS, you can just directly write class name is equal to flex, and it will work for you. So you can go on the official website of the Tailwind CSS, and you can find all these class names. Now here in the class name section, we'll give the width of 72. So width of 72, and height is of I want a screen height. Okay, so screen height, and what I will do, so one more thing we can add, that in our tailwind.config.js file right here, I will in the extend bracket, I will add this color properties. Okay, which is default, we can add it, it's custom actually. So this is a custom color property we can add in tailwind.config.js file, right? So that we can use it over here. So if you see, I can write bg dark and the purple one. So if I save it, you see we are getting this screen, correct? These custom colors, okay, so that we can use it. Now here we can write another div tag, and inside this div we want to show the logo. Okay, so I will write like this. So I already added all the assets in the asset folder. You can find in a GitHub repository. I put the link in the description. So for now I will use this youtube.png as my logo. So in order to fetch the logo from the asset folder, you can't write like this directly. So instead of that, you have to write like this, double quote. Let me check. So we have to use a require method in order to fetch the data. So in curly braces, you have to write require, and inside that you have to give the path. Okay, so in this case is assets. Inside assets we have youtube.png. That's all. And if I save it, you will see this image, but it's too much big, right? And we need to give the padding as well. So to the top div, we will give padding of, for example, 7. Okay, perfect. Now we will give the class name and we will give the size for this YouTube logo. Okay. Oops. My bad. Yeah. So we'll give width of custom. I want to give custom width, so we can give it in bracket, and 20px looks too small. 40px. Okay, I think this is good. And then we will write the name of the whatever application. In this case, I will write TubeGuruji, and it's coming in the black. So I will change color here. So I will give class name, and I want text to be a white. So text to be white, and I want the font to be a bold. So font to be bold. Okay. We can increase size, for example, text, and we can give the custom font size as well. Okay. I think I will 20. Okay, this look good, but we want this logo and this image side by side in one row. So in a div tag, give class name and type flex. Okay, so it comes one after, and we can give the gap of 4 maybe. Okay, yeah, if you see, so what it will do, it will put the gap between these two elements, and that's the reason we use this gap dash for class name, which is from the Tailwind CSS. If you hover on this one, right, and it will show the CSS for this one. So it's 18 gap 1 rem or is equal to 16 pixel. Okay, perfect. So now we'll move to the actual menu. But before that, if you see, right, once you click it, we want to decrease the size of this one. So we will implement that functionality first. So here we will add image source, and which is from the require. So the I already have assets. Okay, so if you see, so we have control.png, right? So we will access that one. So assets control.png. So if you see, so this is the image. Okay, now we want to be a smaller, so we'll give class name is equal to width of maybe 20 px, and let's see how it looks. I think this is good, and we want in the right side, right? So we want on this edge of this navigation bar. So let's give the position absolute, and here we have to give the class name as relative, so it will come inside this our div, which is width of 72. If you did not give this relative, it will go and it will consider a whole thing, right? So that's the reason I give it like this, and we give the minus right -3, so it will come like this. Okay, you can change little bit. Let's see. I will keep it 3. Okay, we will give the border of 2. Okay, and we also give the border the dark color, whatever color we give the navigation bar, right? And if you save it, it look like this. Now we have to do the rounded, the corner to be rounded, right? So it will look like this. So what we want to do, on the click of this, we want to decrease the size of this one. Okay, so for that we have to define constant, and here just define open, whether the navigation bar is open or collapsed one. Okay, and this is the inbuilt React hook that we are using, that is a use state. Okay, and initially we make it as a false. Okay, now in this image, right, we can conditionally write the class name Now let's add a conditional class. So on the click of image, we want to decrease the size, and also we want to change the position, the icon. Okay, so I will show you how. First, what we will do, to this class name, right, we will round with the these curly braces, and this with this one, okay. Now here what we have to do, we have to change the size, okay, when it's open and when it is closed. So remove this, sorry, so the condition is dollar, okay, then you have to write like this. If it's open, okay, if it's open, then we want width to be 72, okay, otherwise we want width to be like 20, okay. So for example, let's try. If I save it, if I set open is false, right, so you will see the size, and if I change to true, then size is decreased, so it's working. Now we have to do on the click of this control icon, so we have to write on click method, and what it will do, it will call the function, and we have to, on that one, we have to set the value of the open. So we will set like this, okay. If it's open, then true or false, depends on the what the condition, what is the value of the open. If I save it and if I click this one, you see it's working, correct. But if you see this icon is getting straight, it's getting shrink, right, so we have to change this one, but we will do that later, okay. So now what another thing what I want to do, I want to remove this TubeGuruji name, okay. If you see it's still there, so here, right, we can just put condition. If it's open, then only show this text, otherwise null. If I save it, you see, perfect, okay. And if you see, right, we can, because padding is a lot right now, so we can change padding size here. So we change to like 3 or 2 maybe, oh sorry, 4 maybe, perfect. And if I extend it, perfect, okay. Now we want to change this icon to the right side, right, so let me show you how we can do that. So this is the our control image, and this is the class, so we will round with the curly braces and double quote with this icon, I don't know what it called, okay. And here we have to write dollar. If it is open, okay, oh sorry, it's not open, then rotate it, okay, then and rotate to 180 degree, okay. And what we will do, we will give some transition all, and duration will be like 500, and see, if you see, right, this icon, okay. And we also give this transition and duration to this, because if you see it's a lot faster when it's open, right, so for this div we can give the duration. So if you see now, perfect, and this icon also getting changed, if you see, right. Now we want to give animation to this icon as well, so it's very simple. So the this is the image, right, which we want to give the we want to change it, right. So the again you have to wrap this in a curly braces. I like to change to this one, and here we can give when it's open, or when it's I don't know, yeah, when it's not open, and we can give rotate to 360 degree. So we don't have 360 actually, so we can give the custom value like 360 degree like this, okay. Let's try to give duration as well here, and let's see whether it affect it. Yeah, perfect. So so we need to use duration as well. Okay, perfect, and it's working as expected. Okay. Now the next part is to show the menu bar. Okay, I already written this menu list items with the title and the source, and we want to give gap between this item if necessary, right? Then just write to it gap colon true. Okay, so inside this div tag, right, we have to uh, write our code. So here I will write the list. I want the list, so it look, and we have to map this. We have to iterate this menu list. So in order to do that, you have to write menu list dot map, and you have to map the item. Okay, like this you can mention, or it depends. So sometimes we can write like this, and inside that we can write, inside that we can write item. Okay, and here we can write list, what list we want to show it here. Okay, so now I want the image, and then the whatever the text I want to show. So I will write image source is equal to, and it will be required because I already saved the image in asset folder, so it's required, and dot slash assets folder. Inside that we want to show this image, right? So I have to write like dollar, and we have to change this to this one, dollar, and the item dot source. Okay, let me do like this, and dot png. Okay, so that will access this image. Okay, and we have to close this tag. Perfect. Okay, if I save it, you see this icon is now coming up, and here in span we can use the menu name. The name is there, right? So just write like item dot title. If I save it, we are getting the title as well. So now it's coming one after another. So before that I will change the color of this one to white. Okay, and if you see it getting display. So in the li tag I will write class name, and here I can give the flex. If you see now it's coming correctly. We can give gap, so I can give gap like 4. Okay, perfect, that look good. And we want to give padding from the top, so we can give at the top the UL for the UL, right? So we can give margin top 10. Okay, that's look good. Now let's give padding, so I can give padding like 2. Okay, so that is enough. And on one more thing we want to use that gap. If you remember, we add that gap things, right? So we have to give the gap for this in the li tag itself. Okay, so let me change this, and inside this we can give like dollar bracket, and if it's not open, and oh sorry, my bad. So it's like we have to use atom, we have to check whether it's a gap or not. If it's at gap, then we have to give the margin from top as 9, or otherwise we can give margin top to 2. Okay, and let's see it looks, so it looks perfect. So we can remove this padding if not needed, we can keep little bit, that's fine. And you see, right, we get this padding as well. Now what another thing we want to do on the hover on this element, right, we have to pop up and give some background change effect. So in order to do that, we'll give like hover effect on the, oh sorry, not here, yeah, that's right. On hover, we want to do background color to be like this one, so 800. Okay, if I save it, you see it's changing, right? If you see I want to radius to be rounded, so we can give rounded and we'll give medium. If you see it's changed, perfect. But I want to pop up that when I hover on it, so we can give like on hover, not here actually, we can give, we can say so you can define it as a group hover, so it will be applicable for all of these element. And to apply for this element, right, you have to write group, then hover, and you have to change the size, right, you have to scale it. So you can write you can just make a font, because here we are changing the font, so it will be a bold. If you see it's getting bold, perfect. And in the same way on the hover, right, you can scale the size of this icon. So the class name, you can write group hover like this, sorry, okay, group hover, and we have to scale the size, scale it by 110 for example. If you see the icon is also getting changed, but here you can write the transition is so that it will be a smooth animation, right? Transition all, and so you can write duration like 300, perfect. Okay, but if you see the pointer is we want a cursor pointer and it's showing the different one. So here itself we can mention the cursor to be a pointer. Okay, so the cursor dash pointer, and now it's changed to hand pointer, and that's perfect. But if you see, if I close this one, right, it's still showing. So in this case we have to hide it. So only if it's open, right, we can show this text, otherwise we will not. Okay, and if I save it and if I close this one, now that is perfect. But if you see, right, it is not in the center right now. So in order to do that, we have to write one more condition here. When it's open, then only do the justification. Oh sorry, when it's not open, we can write justified center. Okay, and let's see whether it's working. Yes, and if you see, perfect. Okay. And that's all. I think we are pretty much completed. So if you see, our menu tab is designed successfully. So on the click of that one, you can do the event whatever you want. And yeah, I think we are pretty much done with this tutorial. I hope you like this video, and if you did not subscribe to my channel, please go and subscribe to my channel. Press that bell icon so you will get notification whenever I post a new video. And if you really like this video, press like button. And until the next video, keep smiling. Thank you.